Last week, Volvo Cars revealed their new Volvo XC90. Updates to the exterior, interior and under the skin included. In this video I'll tell you guys what actually changed on this new XC90 compared to the outgoing Volvo XC90. So, let's get started. Welcome back to the channel everybody. So I can imagine that you are looking at this facelifted XC90 and you kind of wonder like, did they change anything? Is it just exterior? What did Volvo do to this new XC90, they like to call it? Well, good news for you, because there is actually more than you might think. On the exterior, interior, user experience, under the skin, quite a lot of things changed. So let's have a look at that and start with the exterior of the new XC90. So what are the key changes versus the outgoing version? So on the exterior design we see a new front end, including slimmer headlights and new iteration of the signature T-shaped headlight design. More or less the iconic Thor hammer lights from Volvo. Now that's a thing you surely see, but do you also notice this new bonnet and front wings? There's also a new front air intake, a grille, with a distinctive interpretation of the iconic Volvo diagonal motif. With this design I kinda guess that you like it or you don't. Now on the front left there's also a new charging port design. Current Volvo XC90 T8 plug-in hybrid drivers probably see it already, because the current port is round, it's a circle, and this new one is a bit more squarish. Now looking at this new hatch, that makes me think that in due course they will perhaps add a DC fast charging functionality to this port, because the current round one, it's not that spacious, and with this square hatch, yeah, perhaps there is a bit more space for a DC charging cable. So let's hope that, fingers crossed. Now then on the rear of the car you see the familiar XC90 rear lamps, but then this time they are darkened and according to Volvo for a more contemporary appearance. At night or in the dark you'll see that this rear light more or less stands out or stands loose from the whole light unit. And surely you also see a real difference in the appearance of this light compared to the current outgoing Volvo XC90. Now there are also new wheel designs. You can opt for a 20, 21 or 22 inch wheel. Now interestingly enough, here in the Netherlands, if I look in the configurator, you'll see that the 21 inch wheel is the standard wheel. And you can opt for the 20 and 22 inch wheel. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Why not just have the 20 inch wheel standard and then a 21 and a 22 for an additional fee? But you know, I'm okay with it having a 21 inch standard wheel, perfectly fine with me. Now as for colors, there's also good news. Volvo adds the color Mulberry Red Metallic from the Volvo EX90 now also to the colors of the Volvo XC90. So on your new XC90 you can also have that rather cool Mulberry Red Metallic. I like that. So biggest changes on the exterior, surely from the A-pillar towards the grille of the car. So the front of the XC90 really changed. On the rear, new lights. On the side, there's a new charging port, some new wheels, a new color. That's the exterior. Then let's talk interior. So in the interior, there is really this new look front cabin with upgraded storage and also new materials. There's a reconfigured center tunnel design with a 2+1 cup holder arrangement, and then the +1 is for smaller skinny drink cans, apparently. Also, there's a more convenient location for the wireless phone charger. So the wireless phone charger in the current XC90 takes up quite a bit of space in the center tunnel. They really replaced that. They took it out over there and they put it underneath the new center screen. So that's a very convenient place for it. And also what I understood, it also has this cooling functionality. So your phone will not get like burning hot with some of the current generation wireless phone chargers. So that's also a very good thing by Volvo. Then as for the dashboard, there are new designs with more textured surfaces on it, replicating some of the seat materials. So currently with the XC90 you see that you have like these wooden inserts on the dashboards and also on the doors. With the new XC90 you see that they are really using fabrics on the dashboard, so textile materials all over the place. So it does look quite good, and also it feels a bit Scandinavian or Swedish, typical Volvo. So I tend to like it. It did look quite good in person as well. Now a new center screen meant that they also had to do some redesigning around that. So you also see that there's this new air blade vent design. Kinda looks like the Volvo XC40 C40 style. Now as for upholstery options, there are two new additions to it. The first one is a familiar one from the Volvo EX90, for example. That is the new bio-attributed Nordico, and about this Nordico, people tend to say that it is like a vegan leather. Does also look and feel quite like it. Now there's another one, and that gave me a bit of this Volvo heritage feeling. there is this new navy herringbone weave textile upholstery. It's a dark blue upholstery, and the configuration they had in the Volvo was a denim blue metallic XC90 on the exterior, so a blue XC90, and then with this navy herringbone weave upholstery that did look quite cool, and that really gave me this old Volvo vibe of having a car like a red exterior with a red interior on like a Volvo 144 and whatnot. So despite that, it may sound a bit weird to have like this weave textile upholstery in a very premium XC90. It did look and feel quite premium. So make sure you check that out if you are interested in this type of upholstery. Now, besides that, there is also still a leather option available, ventilated nappa that is. That will set you back a bit more, but with that you also get, for example, then the ventilation seats. Now you also will notice a new mesh design for the optional Bowers & Wilkins speakers, more or less replicating those from the Volvo XC90. They surely look the same. Now to conclude, there's also an upgraded ambient lighting in the interior of the Volvo XC90. I haven't been able to really see the difference or whatsoever, but apparently there is more mood lighting in the new XC90, which is a nice touch, I guess. Now, depending on the country and market, Volvo market you live in, there are a couple of different seat configurations available for the XC90. Over here in the Netherlands, we only get the 7-seater as standard, but there will also come a 5 and 6-seater. With the 6-seater, you get 2 captain chairs and then also the regular or standard 2 seats in the back for passenger 6 and 7. So that is the exterior and interior. Then let's talk user experience in the new Volvo XC90. So first of all, this new 11.2-inch freestanding central touchscreen versus the 9-inch on the previous XC90. So you surely notice that it is bigger. There's also a higher resolution touchscreen. Basically, there's a greater pixel density. Now with it, you also get the new generation touchscreen interface as seen on the current EX90 and EX30, for example. And with that, Volvo also really focused on having fewer taps on the screen to get where you need to be, basically preventing distraction with that. And there's also an upgraded 360-degree camera, the bird view more or less. You can now also use that with a split screen. Now there's also good news for Volvo car drivers with the current Google Automotive iCup system. So basically, if you're driving a Google system Volvo, then Volvo will soon push an over-the-air update to your car as well with the same new generation Google system in the new XC90. So you're also getting this new software into your Google Volvo, which is a nice update. And then probably you also notice that you need fewer taps to get to the place in the system where you need to be. That of course is a good thing for safety in all Google Volvos. So exterior, interior, user experience. Is there more? Yes, there are also updates under the skin of the new Volvo XC90, and they are quite interesting actually. So first of all, for the market where Volvo will also offer the XC90 with the mild hybrid engines, the B5 and B6, there will be this new MP Miller combustion cycle for these mild hybrid engines, basically to improve the fuel efficiency. Now at the front there is a new double wishbone suspension for a more relaxed, controlled driving experience in the XC90. That's a good thing because the current SPA platform, the SPA 1 platform, tends to be quite sensitive to vibrations in the road, even if you have the air suspension. Now at the rear there's a new integral link to help with stability and traction while towing, so that's also a nice update. And talking about vibrations on this SPA platform, there's now also for the standard suspension a feature called Frequency Selective Damping, FSD, and that is technology for improved ride comfort. And finally then, under the skin, there's additional sound insulation for an even quieter and more comfortable ride. What I understood, there's more sound insulation in the A-pillar and side of the XC90. That's also a very nice premium touch. Now to conclude then, engine and drivetrain. And there's a reason I am concluding with this, because pretty much over there are no updates to the T8 plug-in hybrid engine. Meaning that for now you will get the current T8, the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine with the E-boost from the rear wheel E-motor carrying 145 horsepower, powered by this 18.9 kWh battery. Total system output is 455 horsepower. WLTP electric range sits at 71 kilometers. From my personal experience, you can get about 60 to 80 full electric kilometers, of course, depending on your driving style and also the speed of driving. On a highway with higher speeds, you will see that you get less electric range than, for example, compared to city driving only with low speeds. As for charging speed, Volvo is also sticking with the 6.4 kilowatt onboard charger, which means that you can charge up your battery in about 3 to 3.5 hours with a two-phase AC outlet. As for the American markets, I'm not sure if you will also get this new 6.4 kilowatt or that you are still sticking with this 3.2 kilowatt version. I'll look into that, but make sure to check that also with your local dealership if you are interested in that. So there we go, folks. That is the new Volvo XC90 and the key changes compared to the outgoing Volvo XC90. Now, if you want to see more about this new XC90 and 90 day, which was organized last week by Volvo Cars, make sure you check out my other Volvo XC90 videos on my channel to have a better look also at the cars which were on display at Volvo and still are also, I believe. Don't pin me on that. But yeah, I'll leave it up to you. Is the new XC90 better than the current outgoing XC90? Under the skin, there are some interesting changes. You also have the new user experience. Then again, that is also coming to the current Google XC90. So yeah, in that regard, the new XC90 is not that special. Then again, you do get a complete redesign. Some nice touches here and there. So yeah, I'll leave it up to you. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. New XC90 or old XC90 or perhaps even previous generation XC90. Let me know which one you would pick. So there we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Also subscribe to my channel if you're into Volvo, Polestar, Lynk&Co videos. Basically everything Swedish automotive. Make sure you subscribe. That being said, I'll see you next week Sunday, of course 3 p.m. European time in a brand new video. Thanks guys. Bye bye.